Today I'm going to answer the burning question, the thing you've all been wondering: what exactly is customer experience? Is customer experience the same thing as the customer journey or customer service? And how is it important to my business? Why is it important to my business? I'll also give you a few examples of where businesses tend to miss curating a customer experience and what it communicates in not a really good way. All right, customer experience. How is customer experience different than customer service or your customer journey? Well, when I say the word customer experience, does your mind immediately go to a spa treatment? A spa. It kind of sounds nice right now. Now, while if you have a spa business, that is part of your customer experience, it is only one part of the customer experience. Let me explain. You may have heard about a customer journey. You can Google this and do customer journey map for retail businesses, and you will get scads of images that show you what the customer journey is. But in a nutshell, a customer journey is just that. It's a journey. It's a journey from your customer just finding out about you and then learning about you and then hopefully coming to your business, becoming a customer, and then repeating that process. We want them to come back. The desired result of your customer journey, of course, the destination we want, is to be a great, repeat, loyal customer at your business. Now you'll look at some journey maps and you'll notice that they are kind of a in and an out sort of a map, a journey, like those old hopscotch things that you used to do when you're a kid. You have the squares and you jump and then you roll and you jump 1 foot, 2 foot, yada yada. I want you to think of a customer journey not as an in and an out, but rather a circle. Okay, we want a continual circle. We want the customer journey from people coming in to your business, becoming loyal fans, going out into their lives, and then bringing more friends in. We want it to be a repeat circle, kind of like what those Las Vegas casinos are. You get in and you can't find your way out, and yet you're really happy to be there. Think of your customer journey like this. On the journey that your customer is taking with your business, there are many steps. Each time your customer interacts with your business, that's called a touch point. Each touch point is a customer experience. For example, if I am looking for a coffee shop, my first part of my journey might be finding you online and looking at your Google or Yelp reviews. That is an experience that I'm having with your business, even though I'm not in your business at that time. My experience online with your business is part of my journey. The customer experience touch point is online. Now, it is important to curate that experience. You should have Google and Yelp and whatever kind of reviews. It's important to take note and pay attention to that touch point, that customer experience touch point of your customer's journey. Now, I told you that I would give you an example of a customer experience touch point that many businesses miss. It's an important part of the customer journey and it communicates so much. We do not want to miss curating the customer experience during this touch point. Okay. Last Friday was our anniversary. My husband and I went to a new restaurant based on the recommendation of a friend of theirs. I looked online and my experience with the business online, their reviews, their website, it was really good. It was nicely curated. It gave me an experience that made me want to take the next step in my journey, which was calling up and making a reservation. Well, I called. I was able to leave a message. I thought, oh boy, am I not going to get a call back? We're just going to have to show up. But no, they curated my experience in this touch point along my journey, and I left a message, and much to my surprise and delight, I received a text message not long after they had opened confirming my reservation for that night. It was great. So let's think about this. I visited online, then I had a phone interaction. Now I'm going to walk up to this business. This is one of the spaces that many business owners miss curating their customer experience because it communicates a lot about what's inside the business. I'm having an experience when I'm walking up to the business. I'm looking at the signage. I'm looking at the outside. If you have a parking lot, is it clean? Is it not? I'm looking at the sidewalk. I'm feeling the door handle as I touch it. All of these things are giving me an experience. They're communicating something to me, the customer, about what's going to happen. If it's a restaurant, it's communicating to me about how much detail and care is put into the preparation of my food and my experience at this restaurant. Well, this restaurant, so far so good. It was great. Walked in, had a great reception, fabulous food. The tables were clean, kind of thanks to COVID, which is nice. No sticky salt, pepper, or whatever accoutrements on the table. That's great because that's gross. And the table was clean, the place was clean, and our wait staff was great. She was gracious. She made great recommendations. When she didn't know something, she asked and found out and got back to us. Everything's going swimmingly, I'm telling you what. Well, then I need to get up and use the restroom. I walk into the restroom. It isn't very big. It doesn't need to be. It's nicely appointed. It's fine. It's a restroom. However, I'm looking around and it's dusty. I don't need things to be brand new, but they need to be clean. This is where many businesses miss curating an experience. And let me tell you what, whether or not you want it to, it is communicating something about your place of business. If you have a restaurant, a coffee shop, a bakery, a store, whatever, please pay attention to your restrooms because they communicate something to your customer. Like it or not, your customer is having an experience with your business in the restroom, in the loo. Now, this is a customer experience touch point that we don't want to overlook. If the bathroom isn't clean, if it's really gross, I'm kind of curious about what's happening behind the counter, in the kitchen, in the bakery, or behind the meat counter. Yeah, pay attention to that. That's a place that lots of people miss. So to recap very quickly, customer journey is just that. It's a journey your customer takes from just figuring out who you are to destination, loving your business, and becoming a fan and a repeat customer. It's a circle, all right? Along the journey, the customer has multiple experiences with your business, right? Each experience is called a touch point, and each touch point, hopefully, is curated by you to create a fabulous customer experience. Get it? Now, I have found, and customers have said, that there are 3 touch points. There's 3 places in your business that customers really pay attention to. They're kind of the heavy hitters, the meat and potatoes, the bread and butter, if you will, of your customer experience. These 3 areas are really important for you to take a good look at and also improve. Now, in the notes below, I will put a link to a free guide that you can use to give your business a little health check. We're going to check the 3 most important areas of curating your customer experience. Saves you tons of money, creates amazing fans, and really actually increases your employee retention because, well, just download the guide. You'll see. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. Please thumbs up the video. I appreciate it a lot. Subscribe and share.